up, everybody? It's Max. We're here at Summit HQ. We're at the MxU live event here in Louisville, Colorado, at our Summit headquarters. We're super excited to be hosting it. We have in the building with us right now Tyson Wiens. Woo, woo, woo. Make some noise. Yeah, so there's a huge crowd. I don't know if you heard that.
You'll hear
them. They're cheering.
Yeah. So Tyson, tell us about a little bit who you are. We know who you are, but tell everybody watching just a little bit who you are and your background here at Summit.
Oh man, that's a deep question to start this thing off. All right, let's go for it.
Jumping in.
I know that's like a long story. Cool. I'm Tyson. Today I am part owner at Summit and COO, and say that with a lot of pride, especially today in a time when our team is just kicking some real butt in what they do and who they are. I'm proud to lead this team. So I've been at Summit for over 15 years now, going on 16. Started at Summit right out of college, doing all the things, project management and drawing and ordering and selling and installing and driving the truck and the lift and all the things. So thankfully, over the years, as we've grown, I've got to find some better people who do people who do those things better than me. And today we have a lot of people who do great stuff. So I get to sit as co-captain of the ship with Mr. Kofall, and we get to navigate the journey of Summit. So.
Man, so you've been here 15 years, but you're originally Oklahoma.
I am. I grew up in Oklahoma. Go Sooners. That's my football team. And then moved out to Colorado for college and started studying music and audio production in school. And then met my wife at college and, realized that mountains are cooler than cows, I guess, would be the alternative, maybe? I don't know.
It's actually our state slogan.
It's our state slogan.
Yeah.
Mountains are cooler than cows. Yeah. Half the state has that figured out. But, definitely ended up staying here, and it's hard to imagine living somewhere else at this point.
Yeah, man, talk to us a little bit. Being at this event is really cool because we're hosting this event here at Summit. This is the first time. I said this on a couple of the other podcasts we were doing, but this is the first time we've actually done anything public at our event. We bring in clients and hang out, but what's been really cool is to see clients here at this event learning from MxU. What do you think? Tell us just about the passion for technology, not just for this community for MxU, but also for Summit and how we approach that community.
Yeah, I'm just pumped today. Like Max was saying, we moved in our facility that was remodeled and renovated about a month before COVID started. So there was a lot of momentum and excitement moving up to the point of getting in this space, and then it fell flat real hard and sat there for a year, kind of up until this point. And a lot of that goes with the heart and the vision for what this space is. As I've been at Summit and been at, 5 or 6 different iterations of our building, and this is the first time that we've designed something intentionally for us. And really what that's for is community, for hosting. This is a space for us and our team to equip, to train, to build, to design, and then see how that engages with the world. And today, the church, the world, the tech world gets to come into our space, and we get to hold space for them to learn and get excited about what we do. And our team has done amazing. I'm so thrilled with our team and how we've hosted the event, because that speaks to who we are. This isn't about our building. Our building's cool, but our people are way cooler than our building.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm super pumped today, to get to let other people experience that and to start to see what our building can do for others, not just for us.
Man, shout out to the Summit team, everybody watching. Unbelievable job on this event, guys, from beginning to end. It's been so effortless, the team, how they've handled this. Man, talk to us about, just the heart of that. You see our team serving. I can't tell you how many people, even vendors, manufacturers, people have come up and saying, man, thank you so much for hosting us so well. Talk to us about the culture of Summit and how that filters into our clients and what that does with people that we're working with outside of this building.
Yeah, our mission is to serve, right? We serve. We come alongside churches. We come along tech directors. We come alongside anyone we can and say, man, do you have a need? How can we come alongside you and serve you? And that looks a lot of different ways. Today looks like getting waters for people, having a clean bathroom, having snacks. That's what it looks like today. But in our normal daily operations, right, that means finding excellence. Means finding creative solutions. That means hitting budgets. That means hitting timelines. That means asking hard, challenging programming questions. But there's so many ways we serve. When we do what we do from a posture of serving, the end result is a home run for the client because it's about them. It's not about what we know or what we do. It's about what it means for them. So it's just amazing to see anyone from our installers to our assembly team to our admins in the office. Everybody has pitched in some way to just hold space for our people here. And that's just who we are, and it shows up in everything we do at Summit. So I'm super proud of that.
Dude, that's cool. What's we were talking about this earlier, me and Casey, we're joking about this off camera. It's like, what's the one thing you wish every tech director or every tech person knew at churches around the area? Not just our clients, but just in general. Like, what's the one thing you wish that they knew or they can just grab a hold of?
Yeah. I wish they had a chance more often to understand their impact. Right, when the tech director role and creative role and technician role can largely be a little bit behind the scenes. Right, there's a lot of inner workings that happen to go make an experience happen for a church, whether that's online or in the seats.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just show up, or it's not even easy. It's normal to just show up and do what you do and get your console ready, get your switcher ready, get your lighting console ready, and do all those things. But it's easy to forget how important every piece of that is, because if any of those pieces didn't happen, the production would be of far less value or wouldn't even happen. And that's the same way we talk about it with our team, right? Yeah, you're terminating a cable, you're pulling a wire, you're drawing a line, you're putting a wire number on. But if that wire wasn't there, then how's your broadcast signal getting out?
Yeah.
Right? So I think, especially in today's world, as important digital content delivery is, the teams behind that make such a big impact. And I wish they got to see that from a zoomed out perspective, right? When we get to sit back and zoom out a little bit and see on weekends, man, what the work we do affects probably at this point 1 million attenders at times through the churches we've worked with. That's just mind blowing to think about. So I wish tech directors were able to recognize that and just be proud of that. Because sometimes the pressure and the grind is so overwhelming that it's easy to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, like, that Jeff and Lee were talking about the team events that they've been doing, how, like, building and showing how to build a service from the production, and then having the people who are normally doing this thing, like, feel free enough to, like, really feel that impact themselves and understand that when production is done well and it's done at a high level and it's done with purpose, that purpose is felt by the people who are, attending. And so, like, I think it's great to see that kind of all the way through.
That's great, man. I love that.
Yeah, man. We were talking with the guys at Flatirons a little bit about this. We had them on earlier, and Bryce and we're talking about their team. But man, the subject of COVID came up, because they're still in the thick of it.
Right.
They've kind of, he used the term rebuilding the house, so to speak. Yeah. And man, what's your thoughts on churches and how they've had to quote unquote rebuild the house? How has that affected us as a company in terms of how we support churches and even how we think about AVL and systems?
Yeah. Some ways I'm excited. Some ways, it's been super scary, especially last year, right, with the unknown. But, one thing I believe COVID did was advance the church into the digital age, probably at a tenfold pace, right? I think there was a fast forward of 5 to 10 years that was forced upon all the churches immediately. That's not a bad thing, all right? It was painful and it was hard and it's still being figured out, but the end result is going to be the church is going to be better. It's going to be more effective. So that gets me excited. How it applies to us, anything's game, right? We've done more studio spaces within churches now than we've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's like there's an amazing creative aspect for what that can mean for content. But it was never thought about before.
Yeah.
But now we're thinking about it. And just all these nuances that are now acceptable to explore, right, through a church. weren't available before. So seeing churches get creative and lean into that kind of stuff is really getting exciting. And I think in some ways challenging us to make sure we're thinking outside the box and not just saying, okay, do your normal thing. This is just another building. But let's really start to get creative. And how do we create different experiences that translate in room and online? Because everything now has to be thought about through your iPhone speakers and through a camera lens.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be both because there's most churches that we work with have to have both, right? And the importance can sway from one to the other, but they're always both considered now.
Yeah.
It's weird. I feel like most of my life, I've been in the church world for a long time, but most of my life it's been like the church has always been behind.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the first time I feel like maybe we're current for the first time.
Yeah.
Because you almost have to be in order to stay present and stay connected to your community in this whole.
Well, yeah, especially with like things like Twitch and like streaming, online streaming within like worlds outside of the church, like it's huge. So for the church to be kind of thrust into the future by you know a pretty horrible situation, like it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's
that's redemption, right? That's redemption of what God can bring. And I love what you're saying, right? Of just what's the church, you know, in forms of kind of like technology and creativity. Where are they at in the world, right? And you zoom way back to these cathedrals and places in Europe, and it's unbelievable to this day. Like you can't imagine even what it was back when they were built. But so move that stained glass and that organ. Fast forward that's our technology today, right now in a lot of spaces. And guys, I think the church is killing it in some areas right now. Video production.
Yeah.
I see better video production out of some churches than I do on TV shows at this point, and it's incredible, especially live, right? Cinema's a different deal.
Yeah,
But,
and how they're using their gear.
Dude, it's amazing, right? And seeing some of the lighting concept. And I mean, shout out to the MxU guys, right? I've been on this journey with them since about 2015. I was in some of those conversations where it was a wild idea. And to see them charge down their road with passion to what they feel is important and impactful has taken notice, right? We've now got engineers who are mixing some of the biggest secular bands in the world coming to watch what Lee and Jeff and their crew is doing. And that says something, right? When Michael Jackson's front of house engineer shows up, right? When Beyonce's engineer, when Jay-Z's engineer, it's not just like they're interested and taking note. And, you know, that's cool. That means everyone's getting better in that area. But it also means there's a chance the light of Jesus gets shined in some places that it hasn't been seen before. Yeah. Right? Through the influence of an audio production. Yeah, that's real cool.
That's super cool. Yeah, talk to me about, you know, we have this saying here, it's on all our swag, you know, gear follows vision. You know, we say it all the time. We say it to clients. From your perspective, from your seat, what does that mean to you? Explain to people what we mean when we say gear follows vision. It's something that is so common around here now, and even with a lot of clients that work with us. But people that may not work with us, that may follow MxU, or they may not know what that means. They've never heard that term. That's something that we use around here. Explain to our people what that means and why we approach it that way.
Gear, everything follows vision, including gear, right? And it's something that we put into practice every day and have a conversation about every day with our team. Because really what it means is the why, right? There's a lot of pieces of gear and technology we work with. Same thing in the MxU right now. There's like 10 consoles in there. Yeah. But you can, and they're all really good. Technology's improved so much in the different places. So it's not as much as what's good and what's bad anymore. It's what's good, what's also good, what's also good. This thing's also good. So then how do you make a decision? That's where you got to go to vision. Say, what are we trying to do in this space? And okay, you talk about that from a production standpoint. We want to feel like blah, blah, blah church, whichever church. It's great. You got to have influence in the community. We want our space to feel this way. So that gives us some idea. But then let's take it a step further. Okay, what are you trying to do in your community? What kind of people are attending here? How do they want to feel in the space? So we've got to understand all of that to start to filter everything we look at through those things, because that changes how we look at the acoustic properties of the room. That changes with how we work with architects to do the colors of the walls or these different pieces. That changes how we have the stage layout. That changes all these things before we've even got to gear. But then we go to gear and we can we see our role as integrators is to educate. we don't make decisions for the church. We give them tools and resources to make the best decisions for that church, right? If you're just talking to people and all they want to do is make a decision for you about what gear is best, that's dangerous, right? How do they really know what you're trying to do and what's priority? So what we really strive for is to say, here's what we've learned about this product. Here's what we know about this product. Here's what this product is. Come listen to this one. Come put your hands on this one. What do you think? What are the pros and cons? How does that weigh up against the vision of what you're trying to do? Obviously, that includes a budget, a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I love talking about this with our guys. I can't even look at a project. I work with our guys on our proposals. Like they'll send it over to me and say, hey, can you look through this and see how it looks? I'm like, I can, but I need to understand what we're trying to do first. It's not just looking at this and kicking it out. There's no such thing as the same system because there's no such thing as the same vision for every church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Dude, so craziest install story you have in your world, years of being around integration. What's one of the craziest stories? It could be like
positive, negative.
I've heard some rumors of some crazy like forklift or lift stories and
some
all
flooding
kinds of
stories.
Yeah, let's see. Since this goes on the record, we got to be careful. Too. No, I'm just kidding. We have all the insurances and certifications and licenses.
Everything that happened was under OSHA supervision and was approved.
We're
so
good. Yeah, let's see. I can tell one about other people. That's fun. Or other contractors. I remember. I think it was this job in Ohio. We were doing. It was back when we had dimmer racks. I don't know if you guys know what a dimmer rack is.
Yeah,
These tall things that took wire that was like the size of your forearm and
back at Element.
Oh yeah, so dimmer racks. I think we were putting in like 2 of them, and the electrician always hooked them up. We're not certified electricians. We are low voltage electricians. There's a big difference. So the electrician was going in to hook it up, final day, and there's this big. He's in the room over here, kind of off the stage, and you could see this like flash and this boom. Right, there's like an arc out of the panel while he was hooking it up. So he comes walking, stumbling out of there. He said, "What? Just shaking and saying some idiot hooked this up wrong or whatever." And it was himself. And he proceeded to do it 3 more times that day. So we're just like, this dude's gonna kill himself. So we had to call his supervisor and be like, I think you need to find somebody else to hook up the panel. And you can also turn off the power so you don't have to do it live.
Bro, that's a disaster.
So that was a pretty good one. I think we left the building.
That's a disaster.
We left the building that day. There may or may not have been a cat in one of the conduits we were trying to pull wire through.
Oh my God.
We'll move on.
Living or?
Yeah, we'll move on. Oh,
Yikes.
gosh.
Bro.
We had to pull a boom lift out of a church using an F-250 once because it wouldn't move and got stuck. And
Wow.
that was fun.
Dude.
I could be here for a while.
I'm sure. Man, thanks for sitting down with us today. We're excited. We're excited to host this event.
Yeah.
We're excited to be a part of this organization summit.
Yeah.
Thanks for all you do. And hey, if you guys don't or haven't been to our site before, go to summitintegrated.com. Check out what we do there. Really cool stuff. You can see a lot of projects we've worked on. Tyson, you could look up his information on that page. His personal stuff. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about any projects you may have coming up. Man, thanks for hanging with us today. We're going to go to the after party, MxU after party. If you have not been to an MxU event in your city or nearby, it's worth it, especially those team days. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
Tyson, I think you were at
I was
one
at
in
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll talk to you soon.